Shehe.com.
Tonight, several developing stories as we come on the air. Thanksgiving on ice, the bitter blast plunging millions into a deep freeze. The coldest Thanksgiving in Boston in over 100 years. The extreme cold weather alert in New York. And the holiday travelers on Amtrak freezing when their cars separated from the rest of the train. Trump's threat. Close the border. The president warning he will shut down the whole border to immigration and trade if Mexico loses control of those migrant caravans. And on this holiday, what the president says he is thankful for. Highway horror manhunt. The search for a suspect after a piece of concrete is thrown off an overpass, killing a driver below. Tonight, the son of that driver is speaking out. Missionary murder. The young man apparently killed taking Christianity to a remote island tribe. How his Bible saved his life in his first encounter and his message in case he did not survive. The holiday rush is on. Black Friday already getting started. The best buys could be on sale right now. And shark-infested waters. The American sailor capsized and stranded for hours. His rescue from the dangerous seas.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening. It's great to have you with us on this Thanksgiving night. I'm Whit Johnson, in for David. We begin with the Arctic blast arriving for the holiday, the coldest Thanksgiving in years for some 70 million Americans. Holiday travelers on an Amtrak train out of Albany, New York, waiting on the frigid tracks for hours when their cars separated from the rest of the train. Spectators bundled up to watch New York's Macy's parade, the coldest in the parade's history. That Arctic blast chilling the entire region, setting a number of new record lows, and tomorrow, another day of bitter cold. ABC's Sam Champion with the big picture starting us off here in New York City.
Tonight, a brutal blast of Arctic air lashing the Northeast, in some cases 30 degrees colder than normal. In Boston, an expected high of just 22 degrees, more than 100 years since it's been this cold on this day.
It is bone-chilling out there, and the wind is not helping.
In Philadelphia, balloons in the city's parade flying a shorter route than normal because of the gusty Arctic winds. Here in New York City, the coldest Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade on record. Millions along the route battling wind chills, feeling like between 5 and 15 degrees. Officials issuing an extreme cold weather alert unusually early in the season, urging people to keep their skin covered to avoid frostbite.
Lots of layers. It's necessary. You got to go shirts, sweatshirts, more sweatshirts, jacket, scarf, anything.
And how many layers do you have on?
A lot. I have like 5 pants and like 6 shirts.
And just as that frigid cold swooped in Wednesday evening, a terrifying moment for the nearly 300 people on board this Amtrak train.
I realized that we were no longer connected to the rest of the train. We're in trouble.
2 cars separating from the rest of the train outside Albany, New York. Brutal cold air rushing in. Another train taking passengers to their destinations after about a 2-hour delay.
Sam joins us now live. And Sam, this cold isn't letting go yet.
You're exactly right, Whit. We've got another full day of this early brutal chill. Take a look at tomorrow morning's temperatures because this Arctic Express jumped on the jet stream, so it's traveling a little bit further south. The early morning chill for Friday, look at this 35 in Chicago, but now look down to the south. From Nashville all the way into Raleigh, we're looking at the 20s and the 30s. It's at least 10 degrees cooler than normal in those southern areas. But here's the good news, Whit. When we get into the weekend, we start to get a mild push of air up from the south, and the major cities on the East Coast will jump, in some cases 20 degrees, back to above normal temperatures. Now, Whit, this was a big deal. When Central Park records the second coldest Thanksgiving ever, it's one of the earliest record-keeping places we have in the country since the 1800s. So this is a really big early chill, Whit.
And we got a little while longer to hang in there. Sam Champion for us. Thanks so much. And on this Thanksgiving Day, President Trump is talking tough about the border. At Mar-a-Lago today, issuing an unprecedented threat to shut down the whole border if Mexico loses control of the migrants arriving there. The president also saying he has authorized troops on this side of the border to use deadly force. ABC's White House correspondent Tara Palmieri is in Florida tonight.
You're special people, very, very special people, and we're very proud of you.
Shortly after making Thanksgiving calls to military leaders, President Trump issued this drastic threat to Mexico.
We will close entry into the country for a period of time until we can get it under control.
For the entire border?
The whole border. I mean, the whole border.
The president not just threatening immigration, but even saying he'll stop billions of dollars in trade.
Mexico will not be able to sell their cars into the United States, where they make so many cars at great benefit to them, not at great benefit to us, by the way.
Today, Trump also intensified his feud with Chief Justice John Roberts over a Ninth Circuit Court judge's decision to temporarily block his asylum ban, tweeting, "Justice Roberts can say what he wants, but the Ninth Circuit is a complete and total disaster. Judges must not legislate security and safety at the border or anywhere else."
This is nice, Ninth Circuit. Everybody knows it. It's totally out of control.
Earlier in the week, Roberts had made a rare rebuke of the president's attack on the court, saying that independent judiciary is something we should all be thankful for.
What they're doing, what they're saying, the opinions are very unfair to law enforcement.
Today, the president also threatened to shut down the government if he doesn't get money for border security, including the wall. And he's now raising the possibility of deadly military confrontations with troops recently deployed on the border.
If they have to, they're going to use lethal force. I've given the okay. Yeah, if they have to. I hope they don't have to. But, you know, you're dealing with a minimum of 500 serious criminals.
President Trump took questions on a wide range of issues, but the final question was what he's most thankful for this Thanksgiving.
For having a great family and for having made a tremendous difference in this country. I've made a tremendous difference in the country. This country is so much stronger now than it was when I took office that you wouldn't believe it.
Tara Palmieri in West Palm Beach with the president. And Tara, President Trump was also asked about murdered Washington Post reporter Jamal Khashoggi and the CIA report that Saudi Arabia's crown prince may have ordered the killing. Once again, the president casting doubt on his involvement.
President Trump is again defending Saudi Arabia. He's calling the CIA report not conclusive and saying that the crown prince vehemently denies his involvement. He also touted the economic benefits of maintaining ties with Saudi Arabia, claiming that if we cut ties with the country, the U.S. would lose oil deals and oil prices would rise. Whit?
All right, Tara, our thanks to you tonight. And we heard from former FBI Director James Comey today, tweeting that he has just been subpoenaed to appear in private before the House Judiciary Committee, but saying he will resist a closed-door hearing. Republican leaders want to question Comey and former Attorney General Loretta Lynch about alleged bias at the FBI during the 2016 election. And on this Thanksgiving Day, some stores have already opened for holiday sales. Eager shoppers lined up early today in Virginia Beach. What they could find is that some of the best deals are to be had before Black Friday. ABC's Gio Benitez is at Macy's here in New York City.
With Thanksgiving dinner barely cleared, tonight the mad dash for deals.
And there's just so much excitement here because these people have been waiting for hours to get into this store. They're finally getting in. What kind of deal are you looking for?
Right now?
Yeah.
Coffee maker.
A hair dryer.
Nope, we're just going to look.
Oh, she's looking for shoes, though.
34 million Americans hitting the stores and shopping online tonight.
Got up, cooked, and had that Thanksgiving dinner, and then we head out to do our Black Friday shopping like we do every year.
The experts at DealNews.com now calling Thanksgiving your best bet for bargains. High on that list, electronics like this 65-inch Sharp 4K smart TV at Walmart, $200 off. Some items available in stores, but already selling out online, like this $199 PlayStation 4 Spider-Man bundle. At Best Buy, this KitchenAid mixer, $280 off.
It's the first store. Yeah, we're just we're just starting.
Usually we see the deepest discounts on clothes closer to Christmas, but today they're up to 50% off at Macy's and 65% off at JCPenney. As for toys, tonight hot gifts like Scruffalove and Feisty Pet are selling fast. Toy prices are likely to go lower, but Kmart and Target are now offering buy one, get one half off deals. And at Amazon, up to 40% off Barbies, Hot Wheels, and Fisher-Price.
And Gio joins us now from a very busy Macy's here in New York. And Gio, with many of the deals going live tonight, some people might think Thanksgiving is the new Black Friday.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Whit. Some good deals right now. But the truth is, tomorrow is still the busiest shopping day. 81% of Americans will shop tomorrow online or in stores. So, Whit, if you're coming out here, brace yourself.
All right, as long as people are kind to each other. Gio Benitez, our thanks to you. Next to the manhunt in Nashville after a slab of concrete was thrown off a highway overpass, smashing through a car windshield below, killing a driver on his way to work. Tonight, his son is remembering his dad as their family marks the holiday without him. Here's ABC's Alex Perez.
Tonight, investigators in Tennessee on the hunt for whoever launched this massive chunk of concrete from this overpass and onto highway traffic below. That concrete smashing through the windshield of this Nissan on I-24 near downtown Nashville. The driver behind the wheel, 54-year-old Joe Shelton, killed. Loved ones say he took the same route to work every day for 28 years. His family heartbroken.
He's someone we could all lean on. He was a great person all around and a joy to everyone that came to him. Losing him is losing the foundation of our family.
Forensic investigators now examining that concrete. Authorities believe it was intentionally tossed on Tuesday and say it does not match the concrete on the overpass. The Shelton family hoping for an arrest in the case, spending the holiday honoring their dad.
This Thanksgiving, I'm thankful for my father. He's one of the best men I've ever known.
Whit, Shelton's family says he was looking forward to retiring soon. Investigators say there were no cameras on that overpass where he died, but they are reviewing surveillance from cameras nearby, hoping for any clues. Whit?
Alex Perez, thank you. Moving on now overseas to the troubling developments on a faraway island. A young American on an evangelical mission, his adventure taking a harrowing turn, what he wrote in those final moments. Here's ABC News foreign correspondent James Longman.
Tonight, this remote island in the Indian Ocean is the focus of a search for the body of an American missionary who police believe was killed by an endangered tribe. 26-year-old John Chow traveled the world preaching Christianity, documenting his journey on Instagram. Officials believe he paid local fishermen to drop him off illegally at the restricted North Sentinel Island, home to an indigenous tribe which fiercely resists contact with outsiders. One member can be seen here firing arrows at a relief helicopter after the 2004 tsunami.
His desire was to befriend them. He brought gifts to them, but unfortunately, as we now know, that didn't happen.
When the fishermen returned 2 days later, they thought they saw Chow's body being buried on the shore. Police say he was likely killed by the tribesmen. In excerpts from Chow's journals published by the Washington Post, Chow writes that a tribesman shot at him with an arrow, piercing his waterproof Bible. "You guys might think I'm crazy in all this," he wrote in his last message to family, "but I think it's worthwhile to declare Jesus to these people," adding, "God, I don't want to die." He also reportedly told his mother, "Please don't be angry at them or God if I get killed."
Tonight, Chow's family say they forgive those thought to be responsible for his death. Local authorities are working with experts on this tribe to try to figure out the best way forward. Whit?
James Longman reporting from London. Thank you. And in California tonight, the death toll rising again from the devastating wildfires, but an army of volunteers is stepping up, serving Thanksgiving dinner to thousands of people who have lost so much. ABC's Marcy Gonzalez reporting from California.
Tonight, in the devastating aftermath of the Camp Fire in Northern California, the death toll rising to at least 83. More than 500 people still unaccounted for, many in the annihilated town of Paradise. 13,000 homes there and in surrounding areas destroyed. Some people returning to where their homes once stood in nearby Chico. There, Carrie Phipps, who's battling breast cancer, finding precious valuables while looking for her 2 dogs.
Today we came up and found them in the house, so they didn't make it. We're ready to grieve that.
And now these communities bracing for a new challenge. Heavy rain and flash floods expected tonight, threatening to turn this ashy terrain into thick mud. Ahead of the downpour, more than 800 volunteers spending this Thanksgiving helping first responders search through debris. Others stepping in the spirit of this holiday, nurses whose hospital burned down, treating the sick at this shelter. Other volunteers serving Thanksgiving dinner for the thousands left homeless by these wildfires. Tonight, amidst so much loss, something to be grateful for.
The least we can be doing today on Thanksgiving is all coming together.
And a lot of firefighters here in California thankful tonight, too. With the Camp Fire now 90% contained, 8,000 of those brave men and women who were on the front lines just last week are now back home with their families. Whit?
That's certainly some good news there. Marcy Gonzalez.